Germany beats France 2-0 today. The game just ended a couple minutes ago. What a game. What a game for Germany. France played well too. We'll get into all that, but solid game today. Germany now have 3 games until June 14th. June 14th when they take on Scotland in the opening game of Euro 2024 in their home nation. As the home nation, we are the home nation. And this was a great start. Nagelsmann, perfect, exactly what I wanted from him. Choosing a core group of players that will start and letting 2 or 3 positions to be contested for the Euros. I mean, I'm just overall happy with the game. Let's just get into it right away. Let's start with how we lined up. This is how we lined up. So yeah, we went 2-0, 4-2-3-1 formation. Ter Stegen only starting because Neuer got injured and had to go back to Munich. But Neuer is going to be the starter for the Euros. Make that clear. Kimmich right back. I mean, we're gonna get to the individual performances, but 4-2-3-1, Kimmich, Rudiger, Tav, Mittelstadt, Kroos, Andrich, Gundogan, Musiala, Wirtz, and Kai Havertz up top as the striker. France lining up in 4-3-3, Lucas Hernandez, Upamecano, Pavard, and Jules Koundé as the back 4, Samba as the goalie, Chouameni, Rabiot, Zaire Emery as the midfield 3, Mbappe, Thuram, and Dembele as the front 3. So first thing I want to hit on, in my previous video about what the German team needs to do to get back to have success at the Euros, Nagelsmann needs to choose his core 8, the core 7 or 8 players that will start every game. No switching it up a bunch, no experimenting, no time to be a tactical Nagelsmann. And today he just stuck with the 4-2-3-1, and he has identified those 7 or 8 players. Those 7 of 8 players being Neuer, who we already said will be the starter at the Euros. Kimmich is now going to be the right back for us. Rudiger, Ta, that's going to be the center back partnership. Unless no injuries happen, that's the center back partnership for the Euros. Kroos is one of the guaranteed starters. Wirtz and Musiala right now, one of the guaranteed starters. And right now, because he's the captain, we'll get to this, but only because he's the captain, Gundogan as the 10 is also one of the guaranteed starter for the Euros. So we're left with the striker position, Kroos' midfield partner, and the left back being contended for right now by some of these German players. At left back, you have Mittelstadt, Raum, Benjamin Heinrichs, all competing for the starting spot, and maybe even Jan-Nicolas Beste. That it flew under the radar that he was included as a defender in the squad list, but maybe even Jan-Nicolas Beste might compete for that left back spot. So 4 guys getting to compete for that spot today. Mittelstadt played the whole entire game. We'll get to his performance later. Kroos's midfield partner, Andrich, Anton Stach, Pascal Gross, Leon Goretzka, all 4 of those players competing to be Kroos's midfield partner at the Euros. Obviously, Goretzka not called up, but if he continues to play the way he has been playing for Bayern, playing as a midfielder / center back, he can get the call up and play alongside Kroos at the Euros. And obviously at striker, Havertz starts today, but Havertz, Undav, and Füllkrug all competing for the starting striker spot. So yeah, he did the first key thing that I asked him for. Thank you, Julian Nagelsmann. Is that choose your core, and he's chosen the core. Now we could build off of that. Getting into individual performance. Well, let's get into what happened in the game. So we start the game 7 seconds in. Florian Wirtz, beautiful goal. French midfield caught out. Kroos obviously going to pick that pass, and it wasn't easy pickings from there. Wirtz still had to control, carry the ball, and boom, perfect upper 90 shot. Beautiful. After the goal, France was a little flustered. We were pegging him back. Then for about 25 minutes of the first half, France was dominating Germany. France was pegging Germany back, keeping us in our own half. Gundogan and Havertz, every time we try to break out and counter, Gundogan and Havertz will constantly lose the ball, contributing to France's dominance. And if France were to score during this game, that was the period. Mbappe had one really good chance. He tried to chip Ter Stegen, but Ter Stegen saved it. But outside of that, a couple of half chances in that dominative spell that the French team had. But after that, Germany end the half off strong. We come out second half, total domination for Germany most of the second half. And the goal, Wirtz, beautiful chip ball over the top, finding Musiala's run. Musiala, perfect control, dribbling around Samba, having the composure, and Havertz getting into the position to score, plays Havertz goal 2-0. Germany's second half, They dominated. France had some chances in the last 5 minutes of the game. France had some chances, but the second half, Kroos, Wirtz, Musiala were dancing around those French players, dancing, and it was really positive thing to a really great thing to see Germany finally playing like this, playing the best football they played in a while. Categorically, over a 90-minute game, they haven't played this well in a while. So this was great. That was great to see. And France got some chances at the end. Germany, we could have scored 2 or 3 more goals. We could have scored 4 or 5 goals today, Germany, but we missed some chances. Weren't as composed. Some of the subs that came on today. Let's just go through them. Furic came on for, I forget who he came on for, but he impressed me a lot. Muller came on. Muller played well too when he came on. Fulkrug came on and was doing really well. Almost scored off a corner right away. Anton didn't really get much time. Anton didn't get much time. And also, I think I said Anton Stach is competing for the midfield. Not Anton Stach. Waldemar Anton. Not Anton Stach. I don't know why I said that. But Dennis Undav for me was terrible when he came on. Undav was so slow. So if based on that 20 minutes or so, when did he come on? Based on that 15 minutes I saw of him, dude, it might be Havertz and Fulkrug. It might be Havertz and Fulkrug competing for that striker position, but it is what it is. Good game. Yeah. I mean, what else can I say? The French team had their moments. Germany, I think, overall deserved the win 2-0. But before we get into the little details of the game I want to talk about, I want to preface this. Do not be convinced. It was great. We beat France. But don't be fully convinced of this Germany team yet. Do not be fully convinced of about our prospects at the Euros. Because let's keep it 100. Germany, since this downfall we had the last 5 years, since the 2018 World Cup, Germany's issues haven't been with playing against the big teams. They typically do well and are very competitive in these games against the Frances and the Italies and stuff. Yeah, the only time I could think where we got destroyed was the 6-0 against Spain, where Hansi Flick played a super experimental B/C team. That's the only time. Outside of that, we have been competitive with the big teams. We are able to go toe-to-toe with them. However, Germany's issues for the last 5 years has been against the Japans, the Austrias, Turkey, the Mexicos of the world. These kinds of teams, the Hungaries of the world, these kinds of teams are the teams, this German team, those are the teams that have caused this German downfall, that have frustrated this team the most. Teams that sit back, teams that stay tight, teams that allow the press to come to them and counter. So as good as Germany played today, be wary. Don't think we're going to go to the Euros and we're going to make a semifinal or a final because we beat France today. Don't think that. Don't think all of a sudden everything's fine. Don't think that. Because France, this isn't a surprise to me that we beat France. The real tests for Germany are the teams I mentioned before. So I'm just expressing caution. Express high caution. Even the game against the Netherlands on Tuesday, if we beat them, exercise high caution. Seriously. Because the 2 games I'm really looking forward to are the Ukraine and Greece games before our June 14th game opener against Scotland. Those 2 games are more interesting because Greece and Ukraine, those are the kinds of teams this German team, based on the last 5 years, struggles against. Those are the teams that frustrate out the most. So take this win with a grain of salt is what I'm trying to say. Take this win with a grain of salt. Let me just go back to full face. Yeah, so just take that with take the win with a grain of salt. If we beat the Netherlands, take that with a grain of salt, because we do well against the big teams. They offer us space. We go toe to toe, and we have the quality to punish, especially now with Wirtz, Musiala. So just grain of salt, guys. Just have to keep the hype down. Let us move in silence. Shh. Let us move in silence. Silence. Let us move in silence, okay? So individually, today, Kimmich, I think, honestly, Kimmich is the best right back in the world. Now that he's moved there, automatically he's the best right back in the world. I don't care what anyone says. Ta and Rudiger were solid today. Mittelstadt. Now, Mittelstadt gets the start and played the whole entire game, which is a positive thing for him. But and it's his national team debut. I'm gonna cut him some slack, but Dembele was cooking him in the first half. However, he did adjust, and he figured out that you need to press Dembele faster. You need to try and get him on his first touch. You need to not allow him the line. Do not allow him the line to dribble past you. He figured that out and had a lot more success against Dembele towards the end of the first half and most of the second half. So, Mittelstadt, I would say that's a successful debut for him. That's a successful. Although he did have a handball on a really terrible clearance at the end of the game, but it is what it is. But that doesn't mean, Mittelstadt, because you played the whole game today, your starting spot is secure. You're still fighting with Raum, Benjamin Heinrichs, and potentially Jan Nicolas Beste. Potentially. So Mittelstadt, keep the ego low, keep working. If you play like that and you continue to be defensively solid like that, all right, you might be the starter. But wait. We'll wait and see. Kroos, excellent today. I mean, Kroos, excellent, man. The pass to Wirtz to trick the whole France team out. Controlling the game. Perfect. Not much else to say. Welcome back, Toni Kroos. Andrich today, he was great. First half, he was iffy. Second half was exactly what I wanted to see from Andrich. Breaking play up. Acting like a thug. We need a German thug in there. Andrich is our German thug. So I love to see him thugging it out in the midfield, causing fights, I like that. So I thought he had a successful game today. And yeah, what am I supposed to say? Wirtz, Musiala, fantastic. Wirtz, amazing goal. Musiala, constant threat. And Havertz today, I was on Twitter saying, why is Havertz a striker? He must be the greatest player in training. Today, Havertz, his second half performance was a lot better. His first half kept on losing the ball when we were trying to break and counterattack the French team, which was breaking down our counterattacks. But second half, a lot more impressive, gets the goal. But his starting spot is not secure. Füllkrug, I thought, came on, was impressive, was able to deal with Upamecano's physicality more. Havertz was getting bullied by Upamecano. Füllkrug was able to handle Upamecano's physicality more and was a better aerial threat. That's the thing I like about Füllkrug. Havertz is great. He's probably technically better than Füllkrug, but Füllkrug gives us that aerial threat on corners, aerial threat on crosses, and he's very good in the link-up play. So he's no slouch in that department either. That's why I think Füllkrug should still start. And yeah, I just wanted to touch on this topic. I think Nagelsmann has dug himself into a little hole here. I am not sure Gundogan has to be this undisputed starter for Germany. I'm not sure. He has never really been outstanding in a Germany jersey, and I know today he's playing as a number 10, and he has to morph into that role in the 4 games he has with this German team before that Scotland game, June 14th. I will keep dropping that date because that's a huge date. But yeah, today he just wasn't it. First half, a guy with his composure, I would have thought he would have done better at helping us get out on the counterattacks when France was pressing us back. But he kept on making dumb mistakes. Not dumb mistakes, but misplacing passes, getting muscled off the ball, not being aware, checking his shoulder. Second half, he was a lot better, don't get me wrong. Gundogan was a lot better second half, but listen, if Sané continues to play the way he was before, his form was picking up after that terrible month he had, and he continues to get better and scoring again, I'm not sure Gundogan should be a 100% starter, but the issue is Nagelsmann has made him captain, has stood by him as captain, so he has to start. You're not going to bench your captain. So yeah, that's that. If he's going to be a starter, then it's Wirtz, Musiala, and Sané competing for those wing spots. Potentially Gnabry if he keeps scoring and frauding his way to this Germany team. Füllkrug, Jan Nicolas Beste, a lot of competition for those wing spots. A lot of competition. So something I'm noticing about this Germany team, man, especially with Leverkusen playing so well all of a sudden, this Germany team has real depth, has quality depth in them. I just named you our attackers. Jan Nicolas Beste, who has like 7 goals, 8 assists in the Bundesliga. Chris Füllkrug, one of the best players in the Bundesliga this season for Stuttgart. Obviously, Sané wasn't here because he's nursing his knee injury and trying to get better for Bayern as the Arsenal game comes around in the Champions League. You have Sané. Gnabry, if he keeps scoring the way he's doing at Bayern, can make the team. Then you have Wirtz, Musiala. You have 6 quality players. 6 quality players contending for those wing spots. At striker, Füllkrug, Havertz, Undav is good. That's good striker depth. I'm sorry, that's great striker depth. Left back, we all of a sudden have a bunch of options at left back. Jan Nicolas Beste, Benjamin Heinrichs, Raum, Mittelstadt. Goalkeeper, obviously, I think Germany is the most stacked in the goalkeeper part. Midfielders. We have a lot of midfielders. Okay, the quality is down a little, but with Kroos back in there, we have quality midfielders. And at right back is maybe where the right back and center back is maybe where we're the thinnest. But all of a sudden, this Germany team has some depth, has some spine to it. So today was positive. Take the win again with a grain of salt. We don't usually struggle against the big teams like France. We struggle against the Hungaries and stuff, and that's the key thing. Germany's group at the Euros, there are no big teams. We're not on a group of death like last time with Portugal and France. This time we have Scotland, Hungary, and Switzerland. All three of these teams are going to concede possession to us. All three of these teams are going to sit back and try and counter us, and that is why take the win with a grain of salt, because our group is filled with three teams that historically, teams like that have killed us the last 5 years. So I just want to make that point. Thanks for watching. I'm gonna go now. Gonna post this video, and yeah, I can't wait for the Netherlands game, but I really can't wait for that Ukraine and Greece game in June before the tournament starts. Take the win with a grain of salt. Good win today, and yeah, let's hope for more of this. Operation Avoid Group Stage Exit is a go. Operation Avoid Group Stage Exit is a go. Thank you, guys.